A very good evening and welcome to StudyIQ. My name is Abhishek Singh Rathore. Dear students, in the today's session, I'm going to discuss with all of you about that one mantra to crack the UPSC Civil Services examination, which is known to everybody, but they exactly don't know how to proceed in that direction. They exactly don't know that what are the benefits which they are going to get if they are exactly following the direction. So yes, you heard it absolutely right. I'm going to discuss about the secret key to success, that's the handwritten notes of StudyIQ. How are these handwritten notes so essential for succeeding in the examination? And why are these notes incomparable when we see the quality of the notes as far as the requirements of the examination is concerned? So let's proceed further without any further delay and talk about this in the subsequent slides. So guys, before proceeding, let me tell you that StudyIQ is offering its Pratigya 2.0 batch, which is currently running on with 47% of the exclusive discount due to the Independence Day sale. So you have the opportunity to grab this occasion and get the benefit of 47% sale by enrolling yourself in the StudyIQ P2I batches. Now, moving further, let us understand first of all that why are the notes important for the UPSC examination? You see, whenever we talk about any preparation, any streamlined preparation, serious preparation, okay, serious and streamlined preparation. So guys, making notes is like keeping a track record of your preparation, and making a notes is like giving a summary of your preparation. So remember that whatever you do, if you keep a track and if you are able to make a summary, that means that you are seriously pursuing that. You are attentive to what you are doing right now. Okay. Suppose if I'm taking this lecture for you and after the lecture is over and you are able to summarize the points which are discussed by me in this lecture, then it means that you have fruitfully utilized the lecture. Okay. So first of all, if we understand why are the notes important, because they help us to keep a track of our preparation, number one. Number two, they help us to make a summary of our preparation. But apart from keeping a track and being able to prepare a summary, they also help us to revise quickly, okay, to revise quickly. And at the same time, when I say revise quickly, automatically it means that they are basically the time savers. Okay, everyone? So let me tell you that whenever we talk about the notes, basically the notes serve these four purposes essentially. But apart from that, what are the other importance of the notes making in this examination or in any examination per se? So number one, whenever you make any notes, my dear, remember that you are always having the emotional connection with your notes, which means that you have put your heart labor into the notes making, giving it a personalized experience. Like suppose, for example, I will show you some pages of the StudyIQ notes and I will tell you that how are these notes going to affect your emotional memory, your emotional connect with the notes when you are going to study from them. Okay, everyone? Apart from that, suppose if you are a brilliant student, but you are unable to retain the things in your mind. Doesn't matter how hard have you worked, it will be next to impossible to get the good marks while writing an answer if you are unable to recall the proper points connected to the question's answer. Are you getting my point? So it is always essential to have something that is retained in your mind while you are moving on to the next topic or moving on to the next subject. There must be something from the previous topic, from the previous subject, which should be staying on your mind. Therefore, as a part of the human brain's processing capacity, you will be able to interrelate the things, you will be able to, make an interwoven answer, which is basically giving you a much better marks than the plain answer from related to the same subject. Just one example for, just take a say. Let us assume that there is a question related to the inflation. Okay, question related to the inflation, and also inflation and its variants, Okay, now doesn't matter how brilliant you are, if you have not studied this particular topic, inflation and its variants, you won't be able to answer this question, number one. Number two, suppose if you have studied, right, and you are not able to recall it properly, and somehow you get confused, and you get confused with another term, like suppose stagflation. Okay, then you are actually confused between the two terminologies, and you are mixing the definitions of both of these. So what is the result? Despite being aware of both of these, as you were not able to segregate the two different points of knowledge, two different points of information, what did you do in the actual exam? You simply messed up with this type of question. And if I'm not wrong, those who are watching this lecture, I think most of you must be having some similar type of stories at your home also. When you are doing the self preparation, this is usually the case, that when you go and start writing the answers or start solving the questions or MCQs of previous year papers, you often get stuck into such type of confused state of mind, right? If you are facing the similar type of problems, you can simply let me know in the comment box. Now, so guys, the notes making is something that actually helps you to reduce the distraction and also enables you to attain a better focus. And when you attain the better focus, what is the advantage? You do not mess up, right? You do not mess the two different things together. You are categorically capable of segregating the two piece of knowledge, or two bodies of information, and subsequently able to write a much better answer, or able to pick the most suitable choice in an MCQ. Okay, everyone? So this is why notes making is not only essential for the revision purpose or retention purpose, but it is also essential that a student does not get diverted from his particular topic or his way of learning that he is doing right now, if the person is making a notes, right? If the person is making the notes, that's the most important part. Now moving further, suppose if you are able to see the screen behind me, that actually StudyIQ offers you 18 books set, right? In fact, at present, if you are going to enroll, and you are going to get a selection box, and that will be having 20 books, to be precise, 20 books, more than 18 in fact, with some additional goodies as well. Anyways, and this is basically the outstanding feature that we are talking about, the handwritten notes. Now let me just show you some examples of the handwritten notes of StudyIQ, and I will also try to connect this with a subject as well, so that you can get a better idea that how are these handwritten notes going to help you in the concise and accurate preparation of any specific subject. Okay, now suppose we take the example of Harappan civilization in history. Now guys, when we talk about Harappan civilization, we have a lot of things to know, like first of all, we must understand that where does the Harappan civilization lie on the historical chronology or the chronological timeline. Okay, what are the implied features of the Harappan civilization? Like, was it a rural culture? Was it an urban civilization? Was it related to a theocracy? Was it a bureaucratic political structure? how was the political, social, cultural, economical and other features related to the Harappan civilization? If it is a civilization, so what is the meaning of civilization? How is the civilization different from the culture? How are these two terms, culture and civilization, applied across the various historical findings? And if it is a civilization, then what are the features of the civilization? And if we are talking about the features, then the different aspects of the different categories of the features, like the features of civilizational development, the features of town planning, features of agricultural development, features of pottery making, all these things, right? So let us try to find out each one of them. So first of all, it is written that period of the first urbanization. So it clearly tells that Harappan civilization is the first urbanization phase of Indian history. Okay, so naturally, if it is first, then the subsequent periods would be second, third, right? So the notes generate curiosity as well as they point towards the information. So as soon as you read this first line, you got to know that it is the first urbanization in India. Okay. Now, when we talk about that it is first urbanization, then why it is the first urbanization? Because of several parameters. And what are those parameters, by the way? The parameters include the political, economic, social and cultural parameters, my dear. And under this, like any specific city, any specific urban area, Harappan civilization also had probably a centralized organization, probably a body like municipal corporation, because of the various features. For example, we had the uniform brick sizes, okay, and clean and well maintained drainage system. Okay, we had uniform weights and measurements. Okay, so all these things tell about the possibility of the existence of the centralized organization. Okay, everyone. And this is actually an urban feature because of the urban areas or the cities over a large region, they have the similar type of commercial or economical or political activities taking place, similar type of. Then in the case of economic activities, guys, there is one essential feature of the modern cities or the modern urbanized countries as well. They have the agrarian surplus. You see, why is the agrarian surplus a feature of the urban civilization? The reason being that in the absence of agrarian surplus, there will be no additional population free for the non-agrarian activities. So try to understand this point. Suppose there is a population of 1,000 people are there. Each one of them need the food grains. And let us assume that per capita productivity of the agrarian production in a specific area, that is just 1 kg per person. And the consumption made by the people, again 1 kg per person per day, right? So let us assume that if 1,000 people are there and all of them are involved into the agrarian production, then also the people are unable to fulfill their needs of the food from the agriculture alone. So they would need to indulge into the hunting activities, etc. Okay, everyone. This was the condition during the Chalcolithic period or during the pre-Harappan period or Stone Age, etc. But my dear, let us assume that due to the advancement of technology, right? Advancement of technology. The 1,000 number of people, they were able to produce the food grains which was to be utilized by like 5,000 people, which means that even if 200 people are working in the agricultural field, still they will be able to generate or produce the food of 1,000 people right now. But on a realistic ground, let us suppose that 500 people are working in the agricultural field out of 1,000 people, and they are producing 2.5 times surplus of the required level of production right now, which means that the additional production which is happening in that area, that was definitely used for the, for what? Definitely used for the trade purpose. Okay, everybody? And who was doing that trade? Remember, only 50% people were doing agriculture, so remaining 50%, they were doing the trade and commerce. They were doing the craft. They were doing the administration. So this is the feature of the urban civilization, isn't it? In the urban areas, what is the main occupation? Non-agricultural activities. And as the agricultural production surplus is there, so a large section of population is not involved into the agricultural production. So what will they be doing? They will be doing the non-agrarian activities. Same thing was happening in the economy of Harappan civilization, which means that they were agricultural civilization, but due to the agricultural surplus, the other activities also included the trade, craft, commerce, and metallurgy, and so many things. Okay, everyone? So you can see that whatever I explained to you is actually coming from this small point. Then guys, the social composition or social features. Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan means having the people from diversified backgrounds, diversified cultural origins. Okay, everyone? So when we talk about the Harappan civilization, we can clearly say that the Harappans, even though they lived in the cities, still they possessed numerous local faiths. They had various beliefs related to some of the superstitious, faiths as well, some of the animistic, right, or animic faiths as well, or some of them were also shamanic in tradition. So these are the various terminologies which will be defined in the notes, okay, which would be defined in the notes as well, right? Then we will also try to understand that how is the faith responsible to be called as the urban civilization, because you know what, in the rural areas you would be finding the presence of the several folk tales, folk legends, but in the urban areas or in the semi-urban areas, along with the folk tale and folk legends, there are always the civilizational aspects. Like for example, Harappan civilization has the presence of the various jewelries and ornaments, mostly the ornaments and jewelries of both men and women, to be worn at the festive occasions, usually done by the prosperous people, done by the rich people, right? Because the jewelries and ornaments, they are quite costly. At the same time, we also have lot of toys. The presence of toys indicate what? The presence of toys indicate that the Harappan people were actually having the celebrative culture. They had the festive culture. Okay. So not only the presence of toys, but also the presence of a lot of makeup products, beauty products, the kohel, the lipsticks, and even the bangles. So many things were there, right? So all these things, they are giving you a brief overview about the Harappan civilization, that this civilization was definitely the urban civilization. Okay, everyone? Definitely the urban civilization. Now, you can take the example of this as well. Like you can see the key features of Harappa, they are mentioned. So political organization, what is the hypothesis of the political organization? So there are various opinions like this might be the priestly class or mercantile class, which means the traders or the priests would be ruling. Or it is also possible from the evidences that there might be not a single ruler, but there would be a possible oligarchy, right? Similarly, if we talk about town planning, so it is basically, similar patterns of town planning were present in almost every city. There were definitely certain exceptions were there, but a basic outplan that was quite similar that the citadel, upper town, lower town, right, mostly having the boundary around it, then mostly having the grid pattern of construction and 90 degree of the angles between the roads cutting across each other like a chessboard pattern. Okay, then the presence of dockyard is there in Lothal. So not only in Lothal but also in some other cities as well, that will be definitely there in the class notes as well, right everyone? So you can see that the very spectacular presentation with the brief information for the quick revision along with the relevant pictures, this is what makes the class notes a very presentable and very much retainable type of source to study from, right? And even though if we talk about the information as well, you can see the information wherever it is required, it is significantly detailed as well as brief enough to retain. Okay, so neither too extensive nor too constructive, so that the student, whenever he or she goes through these notes, can definitely retain the maximum part of it, whatever the student has studied, right? In fact, if we talk about the informations related to granary, etc., right? So you can just have a look this one. Have a look on this one. Granary shows some central, right, control. Central control means what? Central control means there might be a department of food. There might be maybe a food department, right? Then Kalibangan shows the tile floor. Tile floor means the Harappans were, or Indus Valley civilization people were, they were aware about the tiles manufacturing. Tiles manufacturing. Now, suppose that there is a question in the prelims examination, right? Suppose there is a question in the prelims examination, and in that question there is one statement. There is one statement. Okay? And statement says that the art of tiles manufacturing or tiles laying was brought to India by Central Asian invasion. Okay, this could be a statement in any question. Suppose there are two statements. Statement one comes from the walls of the Adil Shahi mosque are decorated with blue mosaic tiles. And statement second. Okay, so guys, this is the complete question. There are two statements. Statement one, the walls of Adil Shahi mosques are decorated with the blue mosaic tiles. Statement number 2, the art of tiles laying was brought to India by the Central Asian invasion. Okay, so basically this is the way in which the questions are asked. So you might be surprised that in the entire syllabus you did not study anywhere that who introduced the tiles in India. But you will be more surprised when you will learn that in the notes, in one point you had seen that there was the tile, there was the use of tiles in Kalibanga, in the Harappan civilizations, city of Kalibanga, in the floor laying. So UPSC is all about applying your general awareness. So you are aware that tiles are used in Kalibanga. You study, read this particular question. This question is from the medieval history, but you use the knowledge of the ancient history to simply reject this statement as the incorrect statement and mark this particular statement as the correct statement. Okay, so this is how the entire coverage of the syllabus helps you in solving the questions a little bit more easily as compared to the sectional coverage of the syllabus. Okay, so guys, we have these notes, these class notes, comprehensively covering the sections as well as the subjects properly. You can see the agriculture, right, and technology, irrigation, every field is covered appropriately. Animal domestication, okay, craft and industries, right? You can simply see the presence of certain elements from the various places. So overall, what I mean to say is that whenever you have these class notes, these handwritten notes to be precise, these handwritten notes are actually going to immensely help you out in making your information, making your learning, making your understanding of the subject all coherent and concise, right? Coherent and concise. Why is that important? Because without the concise nature of your preparation, you will not be able to appropriately complete the syllabus, number one. And without the coherence of the subjects and the content that you are learning, it will be difficult or say next to impossible for you to write an appropriate answer, a good answer for any subject of the syllabus. Right, everyone? So such type of notes are available. Remember that such type of notes are available, right, not only for history, but also for all the other subjects like polity or economy or geography. Okay, and these handwritten notes, let me tell you guys, these handwritten notes, they are actually prepared from the standard books plus NCERTs, right now, and these are based upon the flow of class lecture, okay, everyone. So definitely it is going to add a great input, a great efficiency to your preparation, and I am very much sure that if you are able to grasp the essence of these notes, you will surely be able to crack this examination in the very first attempt, very first attempt. So guys, make sure that you do not miss this opportunity, and if you have not yet joined our P2I Pratigya batch number 2, make sure that you join it today itself, because tomorrow, which means 15th of August, that is the last date when you are going to get these batches just in the cost of rupees 25,000. Almost 47% of discount is there, but you can avail this extremely discounted price because the regular price is 30,000, but you are going to get it like 47% off on the MRP. So regular prices are after discount, I'm telling you, that is the 30,000, but due to the additional discounts you are going to get it just in rupees 25,000. When you are using this this code ASR live. Okay, everyone. So I hope that taking the advantage of the day, or rather than hitting the right ball for the boundary, for the six, that is always the symbol of excellence in any candidate. So if you are literally looking for this excellent shot, go ahead, join the batches by using the code ASR live. That will make sure that you succeed in your very first attempt if you are sincerely and attentively preparing with us. Guys, for any type of doubts, any type of queries, or any other cross questions you have, either you can comment in the comment box, or you can simply message me on my Telegram channel, which is @UPSC with ASR, or you can simply scan this QR code by your scanner in the phone, and it will lead you to my Telegram channel. So see you in the class, and don't forget to join the batches right before 15th of August. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye, and Jai Hind.